that second? Is it third then? Well, we arrived in Wellington. Pretty much went out for food to September, which was good. I'll show you a video of. We had sweet and sour pork. We're vegan, so it's not actually pork. Nasi lemak, and what was the other thing? Oh, the balbans. They were brilliant. They were really good. Absolutely love a balban. The chicken ones especially. Again, we're vegan, so that's not actually chicken. That was very good. We came back to our hostel, which was absolute. Well, I say absolute. It was a bit of a crap hole. It was called House of Tower. It didn't have a website, but it had good reviews on booking.com. It was like 7.6, good. So I was like, good price, I'll book that. That would be good. Had a guy farting all night, snoring. Do you want it? Do you know what? This is what it sounded like. I'll let you listen to this video. So that was fun, very interesting. Got loads of sleep. Tip if you're going to stay in a hostel, which we're going to try and avoid as much as possible now on our next travels as we go through the North Island of New Zealand and then Fiji, Singapore and then Southeast Asia. Try and avoid hostels as much as we can, but definitely have headphones and an eye mask because people snore, people fart. He was moaning as well. He was going.
Avoid ones where they.
I was going to smother him. I was considering smothering him, but I didn't. It's probably not worth going to prison for in New Zealand. I don't know how a Brit would do there. But yeah, now we're wandering around Wellington. Wellington's nice. It's just pretty much a normal city. Some dodgy areas. There's a fair amount of homeless. But we had some nice eateries. Went to Belen Bakery yesterday, which was good. I'll show you a video of that. Went to September, which I said about the Asian one. We're going to a cafe now. We're getting all our food hits in because when you're vegan, if there's somewhere nice to have food, you absolutely jump at it. And then we also went to, what was it called? What was the restaurant we went to last night called? Nolita. That was good. We had pizza and a Caesar salad, which is very healthy, but it's because we ate 4 pastries in a day. So we were like, well, we should probably get a salad. Although it was only lettuce and then croutons and chicken and vegan chicken, so classed as a salad anyway. But yeah, Wellington's nice. If you're going to park near the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It's like Tasman Street. On weekends it's free. There is fairly cheap parking in the centre. I think it's like $15 for the day, $7 overnight after like 6 p.m. or something. So that's quite good. So the parking isn't too bad. So we're staying a bit further out, so we've got to drive in. Public transport seems a bit crap. It's about a 10 or 15 minute walk from where you parked into the centre, which isn't bad. You literally just walk up this street and then you get there. But yeah, Wellington's nice. It's just a city. It's no Queenstown, which was incredibly beautiful. It's just a normal city, really. Similar to Christchurch. In terms of things to do in Wellington, there's Te Papa, the New Zealand Museum in the centre, which we didn't go to, but it was about $35. So we were like, each. So we saved the $70 essentially because we were going to Wētā Works, which I'll talk about. But it looked quite interesting. It had like a Maori exhibition, which, if you don't know much about the culture, it's quite interesting to look at. And then also Gallipoli World War I, which would have been really interesting. So it's a good way to spend a good few hours in Wellington. They've got a nice harbour and like water area. You can go and swim right off the harbour and jump in. There's like a massive jump in stand. What would you call it? Diving board that you can almost like jump in off right on the harbour. Then yesterday went to Wētā Works, which was very, very cool. $60 again. It's quite a lot each. $120 for an hour and a half tour. But I suppose it is a tour. You do get to wear like some of the masks and some of the helmets, and have a look at the swords. And like there's an aluminium sword that they use in Lord of the Rings for the actual fighting, and then there's like an iron sword that they use for show because it looks better, but it's like so much heavier. And they have good stories about the film as well. But yeah, so if you're on Wellington, I think Wētā Works definitely we'd recommend as a place to go.
Slightly big for your head.
There's 2 cool stories I told us about at Wētā Works. One was that when they filmed the scene with like the black gates and like they're saying for Frodo and they're like marching in. apparently like they couldn't find anywhere like desert enough to match what they wanted, so they had to ask the New Zealand military for the land that they owned, because it was a bit more of a desert area. The New Zealand military said yes, but it's actually where they test landmines. And apparently for the filming they cleared out a load of landmines, put cones down where the landmines still were, and they had to film the scene left of where the landmines were, so it is a miracle that no one died. And then the other one was that the main actor for Aragorn, apparently during one of the scenes when I think Boromir dies, is he an Uruk-hai, Lurtz? Lurtz is an Uruk-hai, yeah. Lurtz apparently throws a real iron dagger at Aragorn. He said he apparently slipped. And apparently Aragorn, because he'd done so much training for the film, actually in real time batted the dagger away, so it's quite a cool scene in the film, but also could have died. But yeah, so there's like cool little in stories that you get when you're at Wētā Works about the making of the different films. We've now left Wellington and we're driving up to Tarangi, but on the way we went to Pukaha.
Why are you asking?
I don't know. Pukaha. That's how you say it.
Was it Pukaha?
Pukaha? No, it wasn't.
Pukaha.
That one. Bird sanctuary, which is really good. There's also, I forgot to say about Wellington, there's Zealandia, which they also spoke about, which is another animal sanctuary, I believe, in Wellington. But Pukaha was very, very cool. Big thing about New Zealand is like there's barely anything that's like deadly in comparison to Australia, which is quite interesting. But there's loads of birds and loads of birds that have gone extinct because there was no predators here, and they're all flightless. And as soon as we being Westerners introduce goats and possums and rabbits and what was that? Do you know? Rats as well. They just mowed all of the poor little birds down. And so, but one of the main reasons to go to Pukaha, I can't even say it, is we saw a kiwi. They were very cute, very big, literally a basketball-sized bird, massive and round. But it was one of our bucket lists in New Zealand. You've got to see a kiwi. It was in the dark because they're nocturnal, so it's not incredibly clear, but it is a kiwi. We also saw a kaka. Claire spotted a tui and a tail. A fantail as well. They're all very, very beautiful birds. If you love birds, definitely go. I do enjoy looking at birds. We didn't have enough time there really. I could have spent a good 4 or 5 hours there just staring at the birds. But no, definitely go along. That was really, really cool, and really interesting to hear about like the impacts of like humans on New Zealand, which has been huge in terms of cutting down the forest that was here, and the impact that's had on wildlife. Yeah, so Wellington was good, normal city essentially, a decent amount of stuff to do, and the food we had was good as well. Shame about the accommodation. That might be my fault because I'm a cheapskate. You're welcome, Claire. See you later.